Hi everyone. We are living in Denver today, and we are going to be covering a eastern suburb of Denver called Aurora, Colorado. So we are going to actually share my computer with you, let you watch the video as I walk through the map on Google Maps, and share that with you so you can see its proximity, everything there is to know about living in Aurora, Colorado, including restaurants, neighborhoods, activities near and around its proximity to the mountains, downtown Denver, you name it, we're covering it today. So if you stick around to the end, we'll also touch on the census information as well as some housing information to give you an idea on where the housing market sits and what you get for your money in Aurora, Colorado. This is your first time to our channel, welcome. We're glad to have you. We are living in Denver, Colorado. We're here to give you everything you need to know about living in Denver, Colorado. So subscribe, tap the bell. If this is your first time here, all the information is below so that you can be the first to know about the current market in Denver, Colorado. My name is Michelle Wise, and my partner Cheryl Crown, who's not here today, we're living in Denver. You'll catch her on a couple other videos later down the road, or you may have already seen her on a few of the others. We get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make the move to Denver, Colorado. Today, Aurora, Colorado. And we absolutely love it. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our information is down below. And that way we can answer your questions so that we can give you everything you need to know about living in Denver, Colorado. While we are licensed realtors in the state of Colorado, our main goal with these videos is to give you a touch of what each city is about, all the good things about eating, drinking, living, breathing, sleeping, and playing in each of the cities. So let me share my screen with you here. Aurora is an eastern suburb of Denver. So once we get on here, here is Denver, and you will see that Aurora is this red outlined section here. So this is all of Aurora. You'll see it covers quite a substantial chunk of land. For a while, it was actually geographically the largest city. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but I do know that from a population standpoint, Aurora is the third largest city in Colorado. So definitely, it's a city in and of itself practically. It could be its own metro area, I guess, put it that way. But it's not. It's also part of Denver Metro, which covers this whole expansive area here of Colorado, of the Front Range and the metro area. Metro Denver is often referred to by locals as the Metro, the Denver Metro, anything like that. So if you hear those terms being thrown around, that's what they're talking about. But Aurora is what we're covering today, and it's this section right here. So with that, you'll see that it's about as far east in Denver as you can go before you hit the plains, and it's grown and expanded over the years, and you can see these little extra little additions here. Aurora gives you vast change in topography and type of living. You can be close to Denver here and have a very urban feeling. You can be out here in this majority of Aurora is definitely a suburban feel, and then this section out here is a lot more rural. So if you're into farming or acreage or horses or livestock or chickens or anything out there, just space, not being by your neighbors, this might be a great place for you. So Aurora's been around for many years, and so you'll have definitely the older homes in this section here along I-25, newer growth all out east, north and south. We'll give you those newer homes that were built in the last 20 years or so. Homes in central Aurora can be, upwards of 50 years old. So it just depends, and you get a lot of different feelings depending on the different neighborhoods you go in. So proximity here, let's show you some of that here again. So here's I-25, which is the main thoroughfare through Denver, and I-25 does not run through Aurora. However, we do have what's called 225, which kind of bisects Aurora to the west, and that is a main highway thoroughfare to get in and around and out of Aurora. We also have I-70, which runs east and west. Actually goes this way and around like this, and that runs on the northern side of Aurora, and that's a good arterial to if you're heading up to the mountains, you jump on I-70 here and then head up to the mountains this direction. If you're going east to Kansas or somewhere, you head this direction. And but there's also, so if you're down here in southern Aurora, you can jump on 225 and take it around to I-25, or even if you're out here in southeast Aurora, you can jump on E-470 and take it over to 470 and head up to the mountains that way. So you have a lot of options in Aurora as far as getting in and around the bigger metro part of the city. So that's one benefit for sure. The airport here is right here, so you will see that almost touches Aurora in a sense. So great proximity if you travel a lot for business, travel a lot on vacation, work at the airport, want a job at the airport. Super great access to the airport from Aurora. Easy in and out for sure. Even if you're down here further south, you can jump on 470 and it's practically a straight shot. So pretty much anywhere in Aurora, you can get to the airport in about 15 minutes. Traffic maybe a little longer. Down here in the south, East Aurora, you're talking 25 minutes, but great proximity. If you work downtown Denver, your options, depending on where you are in Aurora, is to just drive through the city. There's multiple streets, Colfax, Alameda, Hampton. So there's options all here to get you to the city center of Denver. If you work in the Denver Tech Center, which we talk about often, it's a business district in Denver, smaller version of like a downtown, very corporate businesses in there. That's about right here. So from I-225, you can get there real easy and have great access. So a lot of different options there for Aurora. The maybe downfall side of Aurora is that you're about as far away from the mountains in the metro area that you can possibly get. Being way over here on the east side of the city, you pretty much have to, one way or another, drive through the metro Denver area to get to the mountains. So, you know, you're talking probably 2 hours to get to a ski slope from Aurora, whereas if you're over here on this western side, you can get there 45 minutes to an hour. So just something to think about if you're a big outdoors skier, snowboarder, hiker, anything like that, and you want to be in the mountains on a weekend, every weekend basis. If you are outdoorsy and you want to not necessarily go to the mountains, but you want some other options, Aurora has those for you. So they have a couple different reservoirs. They have Aurora Reservoir, which is right here. They don't allow motorized boats on Aurora Reservoir, so it's more about swim beach, paddleboarding, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, that type of thing out there at Aurora. They have lots of trails, hiking, walking paths. They do some fun events out at Aurora Reservoir. There's also Quincy Reservoir, which is right here in the center, more so. Same thing, I don't think they allow any motorized boats out there, but lots of other activities you can do out there, fishing and such. And then the big one that a lot of people come to is Cherry Creek. Now, it's not technically in Aurora, but you can see it's right here and it butts right up to it, right here along Parker Road, which is a great thoroughfare to get through the city down into Denver if you're on this quadrant of the town. But Cherry Creek Reservoir allows motorized boats, water skiing, paddle boarding, swim beach, fishing. They have dog park, they have trails, biking, any of those types of outdoor activities they have there. So that's offset, I guess. If you can't get to the mountains, you've got a lot of options out there. You're also close to getting up here to Bar State Lake, which has some great outdoor activities as well. Beautiful park, camping. It's just beautiful. And that's a real easy jaunt up right through here. And you're there in no time on 470. So, you know, trade-off obviously, right? But the Aurora's got a lot to offer. And then if you if we zoom in here, you'll see that it almost is so big it doesn't fit on my screen. They have a community college in Aurora off of, where are we? It's over here in this portion. I don't see it on the map, but it's Arapahoe Community College. So if you're looking for some higher education, Aurora has great schools. They are actually shared two different prominent school districts in Aurora. The first is Aurora Public Schools and the second is Douglas County Actually, there's three. There's a few Douglas County school districts, and then the other large one is Cherry Creek Schools, which is a very high top ranking school district as well. So if you're looking for schools, great neighborhood, walkability to those neighborhood schools, Aurora definitely has that option for you. There's a military base in Aurora called Buckley Air Force Base. So if you're part of the military community and you want somewhere that's real close to work, if you're being stationed at Buckley, Aurora is a great location. We also used to have Fitzsimmons Army Medical Base. It's not an actual active base anymore. It was an old Army medical base, and they've revamped it into a private sector massive medical community. So it's over here. This section here is an older section of Aurora. This quadrant kind of well, pretty much anything in any of this section here along I-225 is going to be older Aurora as far as the age of the homes that were built and so forth. But Fitzsimmons has a lot of homes that were built in the 20s, 30s, 40s because of that medical base that was there. But now we've got a children's hospital over there, a VA hospital. So if you're a veteran and you want proximity, that's where the Veterans Hospital is. A ton of medical buildings, cancer centers. It's just a large conglomeration of medical facilities. So if that's important to you, this might be a good location for you to move as well into Aurora for easy access to all of that. There's an Aurora History Museum. It takes you back and gives you all the history, a lot of cultural things in Aurora that can give you background on the city itself. There is also a lot of diversity in Aurora as far as pockets of neighborhoods that were Latino or Asian or, various things like that. So you'll see, we don't really have like a Chinatown, but you'll see these areas that have that sense of the Asian community that will have all the the grocery markets that are the Asian grocery markets, restaurants, things like that, or the mercados for the Hispanic, Latino neighborhoods. So a lot of great restaurant diversity in Aurora. You can eat really, really well in Aurora and enjoy no matter what your taste buds like. So that's a nice thing. Let's see what else is about Aurora. So if you're looking at homes, like I said, this central portion right through here is going to be moderately priced homes, and you're going to have a lot, again, that are built prior to the popularity of homeowners associations. So if you like the idea of having full say over the color that you paint your house or the flowers you plant in your front yard, this is a great section of town for you to live in. If you are wanting something that has an HOA, maybe has a neighborhood pool, clubhouse, things of that nature, then you're going to want to go a little further east, out here east of Parker Road, out towards the plains, out towards the reservoir along 470. This is where more of the new growth has occurred, and most of those new growth neighborhoods are HOA communities. So you're going to have the fee of an HOA, but also the covenants and the rules that you have to follow as well. Again, personal taste. Some people like that, some people don't, but Aurora gives you good variety of both, and therefore you have a choice. You can choose. They have shopping. There's a country club. There's actually several country clubs. There's a country club over here by Cherry Creek. There is a country club out here called Blackstone. Golf course, multiple golf courses in Aurora, both larger and three-hole, whatever you call those golf courses, 3-par golf courses. And so you've got choices galore as to what you want to do. There's a big sports park out here off of I-70 that if you're into youth sports or adult league sports, they have, 20 baseball fields, 40 soccer fields, don't quote me on that, but a lot, turf fields. And so it's busy out there all the time. They hold lots of different regional competitions and out-of-state competitions for those sporting events. So it's a great place to go if you're just wanting to catch some youth sporting activities. Again, there's garden centers and parks. Let's see. You're going to have all the shopping you could want. Southlands Mall is right here on this kind of southeast quadrant of Aurora. Newer neighborhoods. That's where I mentioned the HOA neighborhoods. And it's a big outdoor walking mall, movie theater, ice skating rink in the summer or in the winter, and concerts in the park in the summer, multiple restaurants, Sam's Club, grocery stores, JCPenney. Pretty much this is a big shopping area. The other mall they have is the Aurora Mall, which is off of Alameda. It's going to be in this area here somewhere, and it is the original mall in Aurora, and it's an indoor mall, kind of your style that was popular back when they built those in the 80s maybe. And it's got a Macy's and a JCPenney and all the little food court and all of that. So you've got some good right here. You have one, and then you have another one out this direction. So depending on where you are in Aurora, shopping around this area, shopping out in this area, you're going to have the ability to get your shopping needs met. As far as neighborhoods go, again, your older homes are going to be on decent sized lots, built in the 70s. A lot of them are out here in Aurora, 60s, 70s, 80s. And if you're wanting some newer, you're going to have to go further east. And those are the ones that are with the HOAs, newer builds, probably the 90s, 2000s and on up. There are multi-million-dollar homes out here, out on the edges. There's even some in town off of a couple different locations and neighborhoods, but there's a little bit for everybody. There is a couple age-defined communities in Aurora. There's one over here off of Heather Gardens. They have a section of that is 55 and older. There's another one over here off of Havana and Alameda roughly, called Windsor Gardens. They are 55-ish and older. And then there's a couple new ones out here out by Southlands in this newer quadrant here. Heritage Eagle Bend is a beautiful golf course, but it is an age-restricted community, 45 and up. It was 55. They reduced it to 45 several years ago, but they have a great golf course, community activity center, and so forth. And there's a couple others that have recently been built just in the last couple of years that are 55 plus over here. I don't think they have access to the golf course, but if you're not up for golf, then that might be a better fit for you. What else? That's pretty much it in a nutshell. There's a lot you could talk about because it is such a big city with everything. Again, you're going to have some acreage out in these areas here on the edges if you're into that type of living environment where you want more of a rural feel than a suburban or urban feel. Aurora has some of those options for you too. Let's jump into some stats on Aurora. Okay, so this tells us that the population in Aurora is 386,000 people, and that was in 2020. So it's probably jumped a lot since then. But it is, again, the third largest city in Colorado. So you might as well, you could consider it its own city in of itself. It's larger than some other metro areas, but great place to be. So average income is 71,000, household income is just over 71,000. And so in the house prices, if you jump over here to realtor.com, you can buy a little more house in Aurora than you can in some of the southern suburbs. And again, I think that has to do with some proximity to the mountains and so forth. But an average home price right now of a listing that's current is $475,000. So, that's about $150,000 to $200,000 less than some of the cities we've covered in the south part of Metro Denver. So if you're wanting to stretch that dollar and actually get a good size house for less money, you can definitely do that in Aurora. Let's show you this. The smallest house right now on the market is 446 square feet. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath, and it's selling for just over $200,000. So there is a lot of affordability in Aurora, depending on what you're looking for. Largest house right now is almost 8,500 square feet, 6 beds, 8 baths at $3.5 million. So again, this is just what's on there, the largest footage currently on the market, not what exists out there most of all. And here is a good example. This one is above average price. at $565,000. It's a 3,000 square foot house, and you'll see it looks a little older. And a lot of the homes, this house is probably built in the 70s or 80s. And that is when you're in that eastern central portion of Aurora, that's the age of the homes you're going to find. The newer homes are further east and further south because of the growth. And but this gives you a great size house for just over $500,000. And you'll have mature landscaping, mature trees, bigger lots. These houses tend to have a little bit bigger of a lot with them because they were built when land wasn't quite as expensive as it is now. As far as the market itself goes, offers are coming in right at list price. And they're averaging about 61 days on market. Definitely that puts us in a buyer's market. However, these numbers I think are a little bit extended. If the house is listed for the right price, in given its condition and its location, they're selling faster than that right now. So keep that in mind, that if you're looking, it is technically a buyer's market, but their houses are moving. Everybody wants to live in Colorado, and it's definitely a moving market. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget that if all of our contact information is below, click like, subscribe, send us an email, text. We'd love to help you. We are licensed realtors in Colorado, so we can help you if something arises and you need some answers about buying a house and making an easy transition to Colorado. We are more than happy to help you. But our main goal with these videos is, again, just to educate you so you can make your own decision about where the best place for you is to live in our great state of Colorado. So until next time,